Hello Biscuits, it's Cupcake Kamisama back here, and this time I'm going to run you quite quickly through my Grand Embassy haul. I expected to buy more than I did, but I think I bought more expensively than I anticipated, so I guess it probably evened itself out. I can't show you everything I bought because there were some things that I bought as presents. I also bought a couple of things for the raffle for International Alita Day I'm hosting. So I'm not going to show you those, but I will show you the things I bought for myself and that were given to me. So as you may or may not have already seen, every attendee got a tote bag that says the Grand Embassy. It has silhouettes of the official banner image. For the love of me, I cannot remember and I couldn't find who did the illustrations, but I am in love with them. Gold on black is classic. I'm very pleased with that. We also got a pin, so a badge with an illustration of one of the girls featured on here, but I can't find it at the moment, so if I don't find it whilst digging through my haul, I'll insert a picture of it somewhere here. I found the pin that we were given. That is the pin. Just a little badge of a girl wearing a kokoshnik headdress in red. Because my outfit on the name was all white and the other girl drawn on that illustration was wearing all white, I kind of would have preferred if they had two of these designs, but I think they only made this one, which is fair enough. It's still cute. I'll try my best to incorporate it somehow. Right. I'm going to start with the things that were actually in that bag. This is from a brand called Advent. They have some really beautiful things. And from them, I got this two-way clip. So as you can tell, it's a floral clip. There's a gemstone down here. Very big alligator clip, and then a brooch, some lace here. I did buy it with the intention of using it for my hair. It is quite massive, but then if I was to use it as a brooch, it's quite massive as well. It's definitely on the OTT side. I think it got slightly flattened in transit, which is my fault. However, it's still beautiful. My camera's not picking up on it very well. Let's see. There's red flowers. There's a couple of like very pale pink, some pearls in here. Absolutely gorgeous. And with it, as well as what is now a very bent brand flyer, I got an iconic Alyonka chocolate. If you follow any of the Russian Alita community or people who have interacted with them, you'll know that this gets given quite a lot. So I'm quite excited to try it. Then from a brand called 4 Aces. Ooh, I don't think that was meant to be here. From a brand called 4 Aces, I got this letter seal heart ring. It wasn't very expensive, so, and it had a variety of different things. It's feels quite sturdy, and as you can tell, it's a decent size. I think the rings are like between €2 and €4, depending on how intricate / big they were. And I'm very pleased with that. I think it's simple and neutral enough that it'll go with quite a lot of outfits. So I'm very pleased about this. Then from a brand called Ebony and Ivory, I got another two-way clip. looks like this. Pearl cameo and a golden tassel on the velvet ribbon, the two-way clip, and that's the tag. I actually asked the girl at the stand because it had a price tag and it said €19, and I looked at this, at how well made it is and the quality of materials. I was like, are you sure this says 19? And she was like, let's have a look. Well, yeah, it does. So I was like, okay, get me that, please. I want it. The charm lies in how simple it is. And with Christmas season approaching, all the velvets and the golds and the reds, it might be good for a Christmas outfit. It will actually look quite cute as a neck bow. But I can also see it working here. So I'm very excited about this one. I'm starting to spot a little theme. This one, I knew they were going to sell out quite quickly. So as soon as they opened the shopping, I went to that brand. I went to My Inspiration. Okay, it's going to be better if I take it out of the plastic. If you don't know them, My Inspiration are known for their embroidery. So they had mostly brooches, some necklaces, maybe a ring or two. There might have been a purse, I can't remember right now. And I bought myself an embroidered brooch with some pearls. As you can tell, it's red roses on a white background. I like how this is almost like an envelope. So you could stick it in. Might be used that for something else. I did have a moment there thinking, do I want a necklace or do I want a brooch? And I went with the brooch because I thought this is something that I'd wear more on a daily basis. But later on I saw someone else have one of their necklaces and I kind of regretted my choice. This was €35 on the day, and judging by the quality, which is superb, it's incredibly well made, and you can tell that it's made with skill as well as love. I think I'll suck up the postage price and I'll get some more because they are worth it. From her I also got a little chocolate, little Russian chocolate. I can't make out a brand name. Can't quite make out what make it is, but I'm also excited to try it. It was very sweet, literally. And then I spotted this ring. Just something small and unassuming, quite tiny. It's from Voodoo Dolly, who were, I'm not sure if it counts as remote vending. They're on the same stall as I Do Declare and Goat Spell. So I think because the owners of these brands know each other quite well, I think the girls who were there from Goat Spell and I Do Declare were just entrusted to sell Voodoo Dolly stuff. I did think about buying one of the crowns. Trust me, they were gorgeous, they were beautiful. But I just couldn't justify buying that, knowing that it will be something quite OTT and I have no idea when I'd wear it. Probably should have gotten one, because when else am I going to get a chance to do so without having to pay postage on it? But after waffling about this ring, you can literally tell it's the size of my eye. It's bigger than my eye. I thought, let's get that. It was €18, which isn't bad considering how big it is. The reason I waffled was because it's black. If it came in red, I would have grabbed it straight away. So I didn't have to have a think, what kinds of things would I wear it with? But I think with it being black, I might get away with it doing a bit of navy, maybe? Very happy. Great purchase. Then from Enchanted Dream Couture, which I believe is a new brand, but I'm going to keep an eye out on them because the creations they had in the fashion show were stunning. They were stunning. The collection of jewellery that they had was amazing. They had a very wide range of legwear. So I think they're an indie brand to look out for. As far as I remember, they are US based, but they have told me at the event that they now are able to ship from Europe. I would have bought a dress, but I didn't have that kind of money on it. But one of the necklaces caught my eye. Even though it's not exactly the kind of thing I normally go for, but I just could not resist, so I gave in. Well, actually, I spotted it. I thought, I can't really justify it. So I went round all the other stalls, bought things, and then came back and it was still there. So I thought, well, it's meant to be. It is this white and red cross with a heart dangling from it. It's very 2018 Met Gala. It's stunningly made. All those beads here are sparkly. These are 2 giant pearls and 2 bigger sparkly gems. They had it in black as well, but I thought no, that black is a little bit too gothic for me. And I do feel like gothic in white is an aesthetic I could get behind. So even though I was like, up until I saw this, I was like, I'm not about that religious imagery. I think this has changed my mind. It cost me €45, which is probably another reason why I didn't get it straight away. But I'm glad I did, because I can already envision it with the Rosier Fleur J-Scare I have from Alice and the Pirates. Doing all white with red accents kind of cord, and maybe even with the black J-Scare I have with the Sugar Plum Fairy Princess. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So yeah, so far everything I have is white and red in one way or another, except for that ring. But I promise I didn't just get white and red stuff. No. Unfortunately, one of the things I bought that isn't white and red has broken in transit. I tried to be as delicate as possible, but I did have to pack it fairly tight, and one thing just didn't quite make it. I'm going to hold it so you can see what it's supposed to look like. It's another brooch. I realised that I got quite a lot of brooches. This one's in sax blue with some ivory and dangly thing. It's from Promised Land Creations, and this is a brand that I have been looking at their things on Instagram and on their Etsy for quite a while, and there were some I think necklaces and things that I almost bought, but then I thought, well, oh, they're going to be selling at the Grand Embassy, so I'll buy my stuff from them there. For the love of me, I can't remember how much this one was. Definitely under €10. Their accessories are very, very reasonably priced. And they also were selling little lucky macarons, or lucky packs. You could either buy one for, I think, €1 or €1.50, or you could buy a set of 3 for €3. They were all wrapped in this lovely Eiffel Tower, that's the one, Eiffel Tower bird cage. And I have no idea what's inside. I haven't opened them since I got them, so let's do an unboxing of this Promised Land Creations Lucky Pack. It's like getting Kinder eggs. One of these, well, probably more than one, is jangling. And I do like the fact how it's a lucky pack, but it's wrapped in these plastic macarons, so you can still use these for something else. So first one, and I have a pair of earrings. Very simple, almost vintage looking, with black gemstones in here. I could use these. They match that voodoo dolly ring quite well. Simple, versatile. So far, so good. Let's put these back. Macaron number 2. I'll go for this orangey browny one. Kind of looks like caramel colour. I have a feeling it's a necklace from the way it sounds. And it is very delicate chain. It's also black with gold. And it's this tiny heart pendant, which I also really like. It's very subtle and delicate, but also timeless. Like it would be a really lovely piece to wear with lame, with classical Lita as well as Gothic. You could probably, if you're doing Queen of Hearts, you could probably do something with this. So yeah, so far 2 out of 3 a success. I'm very pleased with that actually. And it's nice how the earrings sort of match as well. Let's see if the pink one will be a lucky one as well. The rattles. And it's a pair of earrings, but one of them's unfortunately broken. No! Should be able to hot glue it back together, but it's not going to be the same. Right, so I'll show you just the one earring. It's also black, so it's nice that this is working all together. It's very hard to tell, but this is a rose earring. It's a little stud set in antique gold frame, and there's a tiny white gemstone just above it. Again, very simple, very neutral. You could use it for quite a lot of styles and looks. Shame that this one earring has the cabochon has come off the base, but I'll put it together with either some super glue or some hot glue. So 3 things plus the extra macaron cases that I could reuse either for travelling or for wrapping up gifts for €3, when I'm pretty sure if I bought these separately from Promised Land Creations, I probably would have paid maybe a tenner. So that's a great value for money. I'm very happy. I think the heart necklace is my favourite of these. Then, not a purchase, but a little thank you gift for volunteering, which I felt a little bad accepting because I ended up not volunteering. Turns out I wasn't needed on the day, but the girl in charge of volunteers still found me and still has given me this to me. It's a little matryoshka necklace from, I want to say Mademoiselle Boutique. Yeah, pretty sure it's Mademoiselle Boutique. I know it says MB over here, but quite simple, quite quirky. It's very much on theme with the event. I like it, I like it. And last, but certainly not least, is my only non-Lolita purchase. Forgive me if I'm butchering it, but it's either called OVNI or OVNI. And it was kind of like a comic book shop, but they had a stall there and they brought things that they thought were relevant to the attendees. So there was a lot of things on Japanese culture, J-fashion, things like this. And I spotted something that blew my mind. And then the lady manning the store said, we also have an English version of it and we do accept cards. So I thought, do you know what? Let's make this €24.95 best spent. As I purchased Killer Eyelashes, which is a board game with drag queens. It does say it's a game by Fidel Lorite and Luis Castro, illustrated by Josh Merrick. I do wonder whether the Fidel Lorite is the same person as Fidel David, the Spanish brand. It might be, I don't know. It certainly seems like an indie game. Glitterific, which I can't say I've heard of before. But yeah, it's a board game for 2 to 6 players, aged 14 or over. Each round should last approximately 20 minutes, and it features drag queens. I'm going to read you the back. It says, "The apocalypse is here, and it's beat for the gods. Martian microorganisms have proliferated within every single makeup product in the planet. Now everyone who applies them becomes a glamour-thirsty zombie. Talk about shade, right? But don't panic, not everything is lost. Possibly due to a makeup overdose, drag queens have gained superpowers. Now they are humanity's only hope for salvation, and they are more than ready to spill some tea. Get ready to take on the role of a cabaret drag queen in her struggle to reach stardom while keeping her dignity. To achieve it, you'll complete challenges and face off against badly made up zombies, undead celebrities and other eyesores. A fierce game with high doses of madness and glamour." Very excited. I know not just in my community, but in general, Lolitas tend to be quite fond of drag queens and follow RuPaul's Drag Race and programs like this, so I know that they have found a great audience to sell this to. I hope they sold a lot of these. I know I mentioned it to a friend I made at the event, and she was like, "Okay, wait a minute, I'm gonna go off and buy it." I haven't played it yet, but next time our com has a board game meet or just something more relaxed, I'm going to bring it and try it out because it seems like super fun. I think this might actually be the best purchase of the whole event. And on that note, thank you so much for sticking through this whole video and a tiny lucky pack unboxing. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. If you have, do make sure to give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. You can also support me by buying me a cup of coffee. A link to my coffee page is in the description down below. And as always, I encourage all of you to check out my blog, which is Cupcakes and Unicorns, where you'll find more Lolita content. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye!